Doggie Diamonds No Filter is the DoggieDiamondsNoFilter.com is the official website of Doggie Diamonds. Make sure you log on daily. Just bookmark it. Save it as a shortcut on your phone, on any of your devices. If you missed the show, you didn't hear some audio, it'll be on DoggieDiamondsNoFilter.com. There's ways to contact me. Different things, DoggieDiamondsNoFilter.com. Also, listen, man, if you got a brand, you got a YouTube, you got a t-shirt company, you got whatever you have and you need promotion for it, for the low price of $100, I could promote your content on my platforms, which is Doggie Diamonds TV and the Interlude TV. And that's the Twitter accounts, the Facebook accounts, the Insta stories, the YouTube community, the Threads accounts. And for additional $100, which would be the price of $200, your content could be posted on Doggie Diamonds TV main Instagram page. Hit me up on Instagram at Doggie Diamonds for your promo. Must be Cash App ready. Got that? Let's go. So as you come into the room, make sure you hit the like button. It's very, very important to send the notifications out to everybody else. And that only happens when you hit the like button. So make sure you hit the like button, okay? Hit the like button. And as a reminder,
Doggie Diamonds did this.
That's the reminder. So you ask who did the music, who do the beats, who do the graphics, who do everything.
Doggie Diamonds did this.
This is facts. You get it? I am a one-man band. Make sure everything happens. Got it?
Doggie Diamonds did this.
Just in case you don't know. Shout out to everybody in the chat room. I see Unpoppin' Opinions, Gold, CPNG, Harlem Cypher is in the building, Underground West is in the building, Anthony's in the building, Young Yala's in the building, Walter Reed is in the building, Calico Jones Reloaded is in the building, Tony's in the building, Yeatris Holmes is in the building. I see y'all. So as y'all file on in, make sure you hit the like button. Impromptu live. I wasn't going to go live tonight, but I decided to. So I'm here. Make sure you hit the like button. Very, very important. We got some talking to do. Are you ready? I'm ready.
Doggie Diamonds did this.
Just in case you didn't know. Pamela Lee is in the building. I see you. Lay Low 219. Leo Diaz, I see you in the building. Immortal Music. Brian is in the building. Mike Jones Beats is in the building. We here.
Doggie Diamonds did this.
All right, y'all, let's go. What's up, everybody? I go by the name of Doggie Diamonds. This is Doggie Diamonds TV, the YouTube page. You're live with me right now. It's like in real time. Like, this is not pre-recorded. This is live. Like, I could swing this thing in the air, and this is my glasses microfiber cleaner. So sometimes y'all wonder, I do all types of crazy stuff. I make mustaches with it, you know. I'm crazy. So how's everybody doing? Shout out to all the Knicks fans. I know y'all going through it right now. Shout out to the Knicks for having a great season, but you know, things happen and better luck next year. Next year, I'm not really a sports guy, but you know, the city was on fire and I respected that in a good way. The city was turned up. And that's it. So yeah, I see y'all. I see Aaron Harrington in the building. I see Sincere in the building. I see y'all. And if you want, the super chat is open as well as the Cash App is at the top. So if you want to help me financially to all this greatness that I do and achieve, then that's how you can help me. So Diddy, I looked at my page and I realized I had like 15 Diddy videos and some of them I erased. So I realized I had a lot of things pertaining to Diddy. Early on, people thought I had an issue with him. It was personal, but it was never personal with me. It never was personal with me. I just seen through the BS that other people couldn't see through because people were blinded by the money and the success. I saw that he was a foul dude. I made videos about him being foul. I made videos about him not doing right by people. I made videos about him not doing right by people. And as I did these videos over the time, people was thinking that, no, I had an issue, so I had to restart real quick. I made videos about him not doing right by people, and people was thinking it was something personal, that I had something personal against him. But I just know music industry and I know music stuff, and I knew that it was a lot of people being done wrong besides what you see on his personal with his relationships. But I just know as far as music, he wasn't right. And reason why I would say that is because when you become a music exec and you have the power to tell somebody whether they have talent or not, how could you tell somebody that they have talent or not if you don't have any talent? So if it's a person who's been playing, let's say, the piano since the age of 5 or 4 years old, and they grow up and they're a great piano player and a great singer, how does somebody that doesn't know how to do these things say, you don't know how to do it and I'm not signing you? But I'll sign you if you... I don't think that that's right. I think that that's kind of foul. And I always saw that. And I always spoke about that because I saw it. I seen it firsthand, grew up with Biggie. I seen it firsthand. I seen a lot of people who were talented get drugged through the mud. Cause like, let's see what happened to Ryan Leslie. What happened to Ryan Leslie? Ryan Leslie came in, and I could personally say that Ryan Leslie inspired me when he used to make his beat making videos. He used to have me just get up and jump on the keyboard and start making music and all types of stuff. He inspired me. Then, some reason, he just was gone. So that bothered me. That bothered me, the talented people. I know how it feels to be an artist and just know and relying on your talent. And somebody with no talent, they can't play a keyboard, they can't work a drum machine, they can't play the keys, they can't play a trumpet, they can't do anything, and they're telling you what you can't do. I don't really think that that's fair. So I always took issue with that. Rosavelli, forever, thank you for the super chat. I always took issue with that. I always had a problem with that. I always felt like I had to say something about that. I always felt like, nah, you can't just really let that slide. You gotta speak on that one day. And then one day turn into since 2015 to now. And I used to see the comments of people, oh, you mad at him or you hating on him and all that. And I was like, no. Look at what he do to people. But again, people are blinded by money and success. So when you see the money and you see the success, what happens is everything else about them, you will turn a blind eye to because they are in a place that you aspire to be in. So you'll just turn your head. And that's why I talk about sobriety, or used to talk about sobriety so much, because if you are in your right mind, you ain't going to do certain things. But when you excessively smoking, drinking, and drugging, you're going to do many things you don't have no business doing because you're not in your right mind. Now let's get to the apology. Of course, we all saw the tape. I didn't want to talk about the tape initially because, they don't like me to talk about certain stuff. You see what they told me before, that they already said some of the things I talk about is. So we're not going to get into that. But I had to chime in because the tape is out there. Everybody saw the tape. And many people are saying, why now? Why now? Well, what you don't understand is that a lot of lawyers, a lot of legal stuff happens when it comes to tapes. So you can't, although it might have happened years ago, tapes just don't come out. It's a lot of subpoena stuff. It's a lot of red tape, no pun intended, that goes into getting these tapes out. Now, I had a theory that maybe he bought the tape from the hotel and hid it and had it in his possession. And then when they ran up in his spot, they got a hold of it. That was just my theory. I could be wrong, but that's a theory. That's not, I'm not saying that's what happened, but that's what I think. I think they got a hold of it during those things. Or maybe they always knew it existed, but somehow, some way, he knew it existed, because when we do anything, we know we being filmed and taped. So I think he got a hold of it. And when they jammed up, when he got jammed up, they got a hold of it and they put it out there. We saw the tape. We all felt the same way. We all were disgusted by it. You know, for you to kick somebody that's on the floor, that shows a lot of hate. That shows a lot of anger. And again, when you're in your right mind, you don't do things like that to people because you know it's wrong. But when you're drunk off alcohol or drunk off power, nothing is off limits for you. Nothing is wrong. You think you're invincible. You think you could do whatever because so many times you've been able to buy your way out of situations. You've been able to pay your way out of situations or into situations. What was in that bag? I don't know. It was theories of that might have been money she was stealing. It was different theories. But under no circumstances should you put your hands on a woman. That's my thing. Some people believe if you hit me, I'm going to hit you back. That's just never been my thing. I'm 6 feet, 190 pounds. If I hit a woman, I'm going to knock them off their feet. So that's just never been my thing personally, right? But some people do that. Then again, I don't know if somebody spit in my face. I don't really know how I would react. But that's a whole nother subject. I would have to really have to, I don't know, I would have to really count to 100 or something. But anyway. So when a person does that, that's look like something that was done before. That doesn't look like the first time because, you know, this is something that you're used to. You know, because once you take off on a female, you know, who was the first one you took off on? That's something that it could become habitual to you. It could become they better not play with me. You know, and a lot of weak men walk around like that. Like a man could say something to them, they won't do nothing. They'll, you know, run and get. They'll arm themselves. They'll try to get other dudes to do stuff. But rarely will they do that to a man. And when I say a man, I don't mean a male. I mean a man, like a man that's like, hold up. We could do whatever. We square up. So the tape came out. But what happened to this? Because this is why I said the title of this video is Diddy Apologizes, but did he, which is Diddy, really mean it? Because what happened to this? For the last couple of weeks, I have sat silently and watched people try to, my character, destroy my reputation and my legacy. Sickening allegations have been made against me by individuals looking for a quick payday. Let me be absolutely clear. I did not do any of these awful things being alleged. I will fight for my name, my family, and for the truth. What happened to that? Because that's not a sorry person. That's not a person apologizing. That's a person saying, I'm being accused of things that I didn't do. And I'm going to fight. Enough is enough of people trying to come out the woodworks for a payday. So what I'm asking is, that was the opportune time to say, I'm sorry to that woman. Because even in him saying, I'm sorry, he never directed the apology to her. He never said, I'm sorry to her. He just said, I'm sorry. So who are you sorry to? And that, which came out after the first allegations and the payoff, you're saying I didn't do what I'm being accused of. Which time? That was the time where he could have said, listen, I'm sorry. I had a bad issue with her, bad situation. I had wrongdoing. I paid her. That's what she wanted. And I'm sorry. You never apologized. You never apologized. He snuck back on Instagram. His son made a dumb record. And life kind of went on. A little bit. A little bit. So, the issue is, now you're sorry. You could have said sorry a long time ago. You knew a tape exists. You knew what you did on video exists. You knew it existed. You could have said, there might be some things that are revealed that I done when I was rock bottom. There might be some things that come out in the future that I've done that when I was in a bad place. Because according to perception, how can you be a billionaire and be fucked up? We know how. But according to the perception of how people carry themselves, how can you be a billionaire and got Ciroc and got all these cars and Young Miami and she's winning awards and shit? Because why she been so quiet? But that's another topic we'll get into one day. How could you be, I'm fucked up. I hit rock bottom. Rock bottom? You know what rock bottom is? I got therapy. Then if you going through those things, you make it public. You let everybody know, I've been getting it twisted for years. Because where is the apology to Biggie mother, to Tupac family? To Craig Mack family? To all the people that been fucking harmed since you've been on the scene. So that's why I know it's not sincere. You did it, it's damage control, but the damage is done. And when you apologize, your apology is a clean slate. It's like, look, y'all, I'm sorry. All right? And you admit your wrongdoings. When you go before court and you admit guilt, you have to say all the shit that you did, and you have to admit it. You have to say, yes, I did these crimes that you're blaming me for. Yeah, I did that. I made a mistake. I'm sorry, but I did that. I did these things. I get this. I did these things. What happened to saying sorry to all the people you fucked up? Because, for the most part, why are so many people dead? Rock bottom, you still alive, bro. And had you not got caught, had not you got been put in the under the court of public opinion, you wouldn't apologize. Now, Traveling Man, I'm going to address you. He needs to apologize to Tupac. Tupac also said, and against all odds, which he didn't even diss Biggie in the song. He went after Diddy. He was trying to warn Puffy getting played like a bitch. Behind that fact, he did some shit he shouldn't have did, so we riding for that. He didn't even diss Biggie in that song. It was personal. Something went on behind the scenes that we didn't know. So for some reason, he went after him. So when you apologize for all your wrongdoing. But he tried to do things he tried to give people their publishing back. But the publishing don't mean nothing. I did a video telling you how the publishing wasn't worth anything. The publishing was a cap move. It was a PR move. Because you notice he gave the publishing back. But how about apologizing? To us as a people, for pushing them spirits on us? How about apologizing for making us think a certain lifestyle wasn't dysfunctional? He was the main one. The main one. Laylo, absolutely. Thank you for the donation too. Sadie Collins. He was the main one who was helping implement a thought of a lifestyle, getting the bag, getting money, fly cars, jewelry. That shit that has not helped us. That has not helped us. That mentality has not helped us. What about vote or unalive yourself? Remember that? Remember that? What about rallying for certain candidates? I mean, we could go on and on. Pushing the spirits on us that you didn't even own. You didn't even own it. That mentality, that dysfunction that they pushed on us via this music that we love, through the beat, through the rhythm, through the harmony, it really did a job on us. And that's why so many people go through it trying to uplive a lifestyle and be a part of a lifestyle that's not attainable for some, but taking penitentiary chances. So if you're going to come clean, come clean. What other women did you do that to? What man did y'all do that to? Tell the truth. It's time. It's just go all out. Because in hitting rock bottom, a term that's used in AA, a term that's used in NA, Narcotics Anonymous and Alcoholic Anonymous, a term when you hit rock bottom, one of the things you have to say is, I am an alcoholic, I am a drug user. And you know what? You're an alcoholic every day. You're a drug abuser every day. And when you hit rock bottom, you want sobriety. When you hit rock bottom, now you want to be clean. You get a moment of clarity. So when are you going to admit all the shit that you did? That's when you say, I'm sorry, I hit rock bottom. You have to admit all the shit that you did. You have to stand up and say, hey, I'm such and such, and I am an addict. So you just can't say sorry. You got to get up and say, hey, I'm such and such, and I do this, that, and the third to people. But then they start saying little things to throw you off the trail. They start saying, I got therapy. I spoke to God. And we love our people so much that sometimes we become empathetic and we say, you know what? All is forgiven. But it ain't for us to forgive him. It ain't for us to forgive him because he never asked for he never asked us for our forgiveness. So who cares if we forgive him or not? Who cares if we forgive him or not? You got Keefe D over here saying one thing, right? Now think about it. Who are we to say we forgive him or not? So much around the demise of Kim Porter. And I'm going to tell you one thing that bothers me too. One thing that bothers me is all the people that want to talk now. I think it's cowardice. I think for some people, as long as they was around him and getting a taste of some of that spit back, getting flued out and was a part of it, they didn't have nothing to say. And he's been so rich and powerful so long that he had people scared to say anything. Some people have been talking, and I ain't talking about no Jaguar, right? Because I'm going to just be honest with you. I'll put this on record. I don't believe a goddamn word she say. So we ain't talking about her because she just saying shit now. Seriously, and a broke clock is right twice a day. But what about the other 22 hours? So I'm not talking about her. But you had people like Freddie P, where you see my interview on him, and I could see him visibly broken, like mentally, where I said, bro, get help. Get help. You had people. If you think what she's saying is the truth, okay. Anyway. And I don't want to interview people. I don't want people coming out the woodworks to talk about him now, because what does it all mean? It don't mean anything. It's all for rumors and gossips. We know what we know. We don't need to know anything else. Nothing else has to come out. We already know now. We already know. Well, we know. We saw what we saw. Nobody has to tell us anything. We saw what we saw. We saw what we saw. Seriously. We don't need to see anything else. We don't need to hear anything else. We don't need to talk to people and come out and say this. Because at the end of the day, now you starting to almost like it a little bit. See, you got to be careful what you ingest, because sometimes when people saying stuff and it's real sickening, how sick are you for listening to it? How sick are you for watching it? So you have to be careful. You have to be careful. We saw what we saw, but now do we go? But I don't think he don't mean it. He did what he had to. His damage control. He's grasping for straws right now. He's trying to find a way to get public acceptance again. He put on Instagram maybe like a week ago, time will reveal. Well, time ain't revealed nothing good for you. So do you delete all his music? Because his fingerprint is everywhere. Do you delete all his music? What do you do? What do you do? I don't internalize it. I don't say anything. I just, whatever. Because I didn't even really want to talk about it. I've been talking about it since 2015. Like, one of my first early videos was about him and the foul shit that he used to do. I talked about it then. This ain't new. This ain't new. So we just in a time where it's just too much consumption of a lot of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just too much consumption. And I'm like, yo, I got to live my life. I got to go outside. And I know a lot of times, people be quick to say shit about anything. And I'd be like, yo, I don't I could say I care, but I don't care like that because, yo, we know what we know now. All right, because my thing is with everything, what's the solution? We know what we know, now what? We see what we see, now what? The life of entertainers is not my saga. That's not, gonna make me wake up tomorrow or anything. You understand what I'm saying? So sometimes, all right, we know what we know now. Now what? Do we get rid of the music? What do we do? And there's so many of them that do you not listen to any of those remixes? So when do we separate the man from the art? Now, that's the big question. When do we separate the man from the art? Are you so disgusted that you don't want to listen to no more of the music? Do you not listen to Total anymore? Do you not listen to anything from the catalog? What do? Do you not listen to Mary J. Blige, Jodeci, Step Into the World by KRS-One? What do you do? What do you do? But I think an apology, this is why I personally don't accept apologies from people. I don't apologize. I mean, I'm wrong. I apologize to people. But to me, apologize is change behavior. To me, I apologize and I change my behavior. But you don't apologize. Remember when you was little, right? Remember when you was a kid? And and you did something to one of your siblings and they said, say sorry. And you say, sorry. You ain't mean that shit. You said sorry because they told you to say sorry. You did not mean it. You might hit your brother or something like that, or your cousin. You might did something to him. And they say sorry. You're sorry. You ain't mean that shit. You was just like, you said sorry because somebody told you to say sorry. But you'll bust them in their head again. You'll eat their last chicken nugget again. You'll knock their soda on the floor again. But you said sorry because somebody told you to, not because you meant it. So again, when you apologize to the person, and then you come clean with everything. Because how many times you gonna apologize? Because listen, I don't know if you know.
Shit about to hit the fan. And more shit is gonna come out.
This ain't it. This ain't it. We just was able to bear witness to that, but we heard or we thought, this ain't it. So do you go before the people and apologize every time? Do you say, I'm sorry every time? Or do you just say, yo, look, y'all, I apologize for this. I apologize for that. And then, you know what's bugged out, because we was all caught up in them raiding his crib and all that. And are they gonna arrest him? Like, what was the purpose of doing all that? What was the pub? Now it's almost like now it seemed like almost they're just trying to embarrass him. But where's justice in embarrassment? Because I know every brand is probably detaching themselves from him. Every brand that he has something to do with, they're going to detach themselves from him because they have to. And who advised your dumb son to make that song? Like, who advised him? Because all he's doing is being you all over again. Not being accountable, being arrogant, and not realizing how serious the situation is, and you make a record. So the deep thing is that he has other children who's going to face public humiliation and public ridicule based off of his actions. And that's not really fair to them, but hey, other people he harmed have children too. And then a lot of times you couldn't say nothing about him because he was so damn protected. He was so damn protected. So, you know, because if it's a party, right? A lot of people in that party. Who's all the people that's in this party? And how many parties have you been to? Because y'all could go to one party and be like, yo.
Nah, I'm out. I'm out.
I ain't going back. What about all the people who was defending him? The Russell Simmons, the Ed Lovers. How come they get quiet? Like, they pop out. Like, you know, it's funny because when people do wrongdoing, and if it's your friend, you ride with your friends, right? But then you have to tell your friends, yo, you dead ass wrong. And I can't stand with you being wrong because I don't respect or agree with anything that you're doing. Unless it's something that we do. I don't think it's a thing of whether they do it or not. I just think they got caught. Could y'all hit the like button too? We got 800 people in the room and only 264 likes. I need those likes to go up so this video could go out. Listen, when you see people getting warned, yo, don't go to his parties. It started almost getting like public. Yo, nah, if he don't go to none of his parties. Don't go. So it's like, what did certain people see? Like, I was a DJ, right? So in the party, what the most is going to happen? Somebody might be in the corner getting a little wall dance or something. You throwing some reggae. You're going to get a little wall dance. What did they see? That they just like, nah, don't go to none of his parties. Did you see the footage of him collecting people's phones? What the hell is taking place that people can't even film? Yo, what a time to be alive, right? Like, did you ever think that there would be well, I read a lot that I really can't say, so I knew eventually a lot of stuff would, be revealed. But did you ever think that what's taking place would take place the way it's taking place in your lifetime? Like, this is all happening in real time. All I say to y'all is that make sure you're taking care of your real life. Just use this as just entertainment, shits and giggles, but don't neglect yourself or lose yourself being engulfed in what's going on in society. Please don't, because it's not going to benefit you. Even some people who have a YouTube and making YouTube videos, you're not going to, it's not going to really benefit you. Because you see, when they want to hit that button on you, I know. So, do you wake up some days like, yo, what the hell is going on? Like, what happened today? But before I go, I do want to talk about the I want to call it fake outrage. in every neighborhood, in every family, in different parts of the world, we see those things take place. Now, I never was the guy that stood around and watched it. I spoke about it plenty of times on here, and people always said, no, you got to mind your business and all that. I can't mind my business. I don't know. It's just something in me that if I see a guy stomp a female, I can't mind my business. I don't know. I can't do it. See somebody hurt a child. I can't mind my business. It becomes my business. When it's public, it became my business. What you do in your home and nobody sees, I don't know because I'm not in there. But when you did it in public, it's now my business. It's like if you walk in the room and you fart, everybody in the room got to smell your fart, right? So it's everybody's business that you farted. Don't be somebody who harbors these type of dudes. Don't be a dude or a female that know, and then for shits and giggles and gossip, you want to talk about it because it's not nothing to joke about. Even the comedians that's making jokes, I don't think it's funny. And y'all comedians are some of them. I'm more funnier than y'all. Some of y'all are so unfunny that y'all just have a sick sense of humor. And I don't want to generalize, but black people think a lot of shit is funny. That's not funny. That's not funny. So you comedians running down the hallway and doing all types of shit, what's funny about that? Because at the end, something happened to somebody and somebody was harmed. And if it was your daughter, it's not funny. It's not funny. And I really believe in my heart of hearts that it should be a mass unfollowing sometimes. People just need to just say to people, you know what? Enough of you. Because you're just corny. Like anything, like, listen, I've lost so much. I've lost so much for having integrity. I've lost so much, but I can't never lose anything that I never had. I don't live off of what you have. What you eat don't do nothing for me. What you drive don't do nothing for me. But I've lost so much not following the damn script. I've lost a lot. But how could I lose what I never had at the same time? So mentally, you didn't really lose anything. But public perception is you lost what you never had. So that's why I don't follow scripts. I don't go by what the public think. I don't, if the line is crooked, I'm saying it. If, I just, again, man, Tupac said, I got a big mouth. I speak from my heart. Like, I just really do. I don't care who don't like what I have to say. I'm not trying to fit in no circle. I'm not trying to be in a room with nobody. I'm not trying to get likes. I'm not trying to get females. I'm not trying to do anything off of, just saying stuff or just saying stuff that everybody else is saying. No, I'm an independent thinker. Seriously. Critical independent thinker. So, that's why I tell y'all, sober up. Try to have clarity as much as possible. Sometimes clarity is just you sitting in a room by yourself, figuring out who you are. So if you get up and you say, damn, I need to get high. You get up and you say, damn, I need to drink. When you say do you need anything or you want it? And I'm not going to get on the soapbox because, again, they don't like when I talk about certain things. Y'all know where I stand. Y'all know, so I don't have to rehash anything. And if you're new here, yeah. But all you got is you, because remember, when people give you stuff, they also can take it. Nobody can't take what they never gave you. And just because you look a certain way with your eyebrows tweezed, I don't look at you and say, I want my eyebrows tweezed because you got them. Not at all. I'm just not one of them people. And I don't succumb to what everybody else is doing or everybody else's perception. That's the problem now. You got these songs. Listen to how dumb hip hop has got. Listen to how dumb it got. You got people admitting they're mean, I'm toxic. And people think it's cute and it's funny. And then you got people doing their little shorts and their little IG Insta stories with this music as their backdrop. I'm toxic and I'm look at what this shit has done to people. Look at what this shit has done to people. How could you admit to being toxic? How could you admit to being a demon? How could you admit you so cracked in music? And it's might not even be factual, but you think this shit is cute. You think this is what it is. And I'm telling you, that's not what it is. But I'm one, right? It's not 20 of me. It's not 20 of me who think like I think. And one thing about me, the difference is I don't cap. What I say, I live. And I live what I say. I'm not going to tell you to do something I don't do, and I'm not going to say one thing and do another. When we talk about hip hop, that's one thing. We all have our little opinions on hip hop. But when we talking about life, living a certain way, that's not up for debate. That's not up for debate. So now he puts this out there. He questions, a lot of y'all got to question y'all faith. Y'all got to question y'all religion. Y'all got to question a lot of stuff. And he said he's sorry. You know, some of y'all, it's in y'all book to say or forgive him. I don't forgive nobody. Ever. That's me, though. Anybody knows that about me? I'm just not a forgiving person. You knew what the fuck you was doing. You know what you was doing. And you only apologize or you're only sorry because it didn't work. Because if it worked, you wouldn't be sorry. See, that's the shit I don't like about sorry. I don't like about sorry. Like, you really thought it out. You thought it was going to work and it didn't work. And it didn't affect me the way you thought it was going to affect me. And now you're sorry. So you're sorry for what you did or you're sorry that it didn't work? I don't accept apologies. You apologize? Now you can apologize and I accept it?
Stay the fuck away from me.
Because when I think about it, it makes me want to do something to you. So I'd rather you just stay away from me. Don't apologize to me. Sorry as you stepped on my foot, y'all. Sorry as you hit my car. Not nothing malicious that's thought out, right? I'm sorry I broke in your house, but you didn't have anything in there to steal. I'm sorry that I was speeding and you honked your horn and I hit you. I'm sorry that I sacrificed you, your integrity, and your brand, and it didn't work. Nah. Don't apologize to me. Just stay away from me. That's what you saw. You sorry because it didn't work. And the point what I'm making is he sorry because what he did or he's sorry that he got caught? Best thing to do sometimes, just shut up. When people are angry, there's nothing you can say to people who are angry. Everybody is angry and irrational to a certain extent at him. Everybody. You have the whole world looking at you. And then you say sorry. Just be quiet. What about your stupid son who just made a diss record telling everybody to suck his dick? You got to apologize for him too. you gotta apologize for him too. He just put out a record a few days ago saying suck his dick if you against my father. So he's talking about the whole world right now. Who idea was to put that out? Stevie J, a minute from posing butt ass in front of us. He keep what's going on? So 1 minute you are the head honcho, that all this shit is going on because of you. You saying sorry, but your minions is just out there wilding. So I'm going to say sorry, but fuck it, y'all. Turn up. Imagine all the talented people who got turned away, turned off, and done wrong for a nigga that can't rap, who don't write his raps, who can't do beats, can't even dance, doing little weird dances and shit like that. Think about that. When you say sorry, you're truly apologetic, and you want your slate cleaned. You want everything. You don't put out statements. You don't put out statements. You don't put out statements like this. You don't do this. You don't do this only to apologize later. I did not do any of those awful things being alleged. You don't do that. Again, you got caught. And it's something to really think about, because when you have money, riches, power, access to anything in the world, what is it in you that has you unhappy though still? Like what would make you just, you ever get you ever get a good plate of food? Like you ever get your favorite food? You ever go somewhere or you cook something that tastes so good, or you went to a restaurant or wherever and you got a good plate of food? Don't nothing in the world matter. You just like, yo, I'm about to grease. I'm feeling good. You ever be cooking out and the food on the grill looking good and you slap that barbecue sauce on it and you like, man, listen, I'm about to eat. Now imagine you live your whole life where you could eat whatever you want. You could go to any country. You could fly in your own plane. You got beautiful cars, jewelry. What would make you upset and unhappy in any way? You want to harm other people. Think about it. You order some food. You know how some of y'all love macaroni and cheese? Not me. But some of y'all love macaroni and cheese, and you go to your favorite spot and they got that mac and cheese, and you stir it and you hear that sound and you like, oh, this about to be bussin'. I'm about to knock this down. You don't care about nothing. Nothing matters. I could go to the car wash and be like, woo! Just in that moment. Now imagine you have that moment forever. You always have that moment. And then you just look at, who could I hurt today? Who could I fuck off? What's wrong with you? Just really think about that. You ever ate something so good and you be like, I'm eating more of this. Why are you eating it? You be so greedy, you just eating it. And why are you eating it? Like, nah, I'm taking another scoop. That's how I am with ice cream. Like I could get ice cream and I'd be like, yo, that brownie is, oh my God. I don't care about nothing. I'm not mad at nobody. For 1 second, somebody could, well, you can't call me certain names and shit, but for 1 second, somebody be like, I don't like your YouTube. Whatever. I got this ice cream. That's all that matters. You ever be joking or playing with one of your children or your niece and nephew, and they laughter and they having such fun and nothing matters. Like you're just having fun, or what would make you go from that? And these are moments because of your riches and your fame and your success. You could create these moments. Some of us can't create these moments because we don't have the means, right? But if we had it our way, we would just be living happiness. Imagine you don't want for nothing and you look for a way to fuck up. Just really think about that. You don't want for nothing. You got personal chefs. You eating Wagyu beef, if that's how you pronounce that. No puffy. You could go to sleep in countries we never even heard of before, where the water is blue and there's only you on the water with your loved ones. And imagine you get up and say, you know what? Today, I'm going to fuck with somebody today. Today, I'm going to do something to somebody. Well, imagine that shit. You don't have to drive. Some of the most beautiful women in the world is they could look past your rat teeth and still mess with you. And all you doing is figuring out how can you oppress people. How could you do strange shit to men? No, you know what? I'm out. I don't even want to talk about this shit, though. It's really, what's wrong with you? You got the money that you could just be a custody, and it ain't even gonna hurt you. You're getting some of the best custody, the best custody of paraphernalia that money can buy. You're getting it straight from the farm. Your milk is, your oranges are freshly squeezed right off the tree. And you just get up and say, you know what? I'm going to go fuck with somebody today. I want you to party with me. What's wrong with you? You ain't seen a roach ever in a long time. You could just live in places where it's always sunny. And you get up and say, yo, somebody gotta take that today. Or, nah, don't give them no record deal. Or no, let me take their publishing. Or, nah, let me cheat them. You got everything already. What? But then again, with a lot of power comes responsibility. And when you fucking with that Ciroc and you drunk off the power, that power corrupts. Always remember that power corrupts. Look at people who you see right in these spaces, how they were humble when you first saw them. Humble. Just happy to tell their story. Just happy that they were being heard. Just happy, humble. The humility leaves when a few people hit subscribe. The humility leaves when certain things hit the bank and they start saying, you know what? I'm this, I'm that. Nah, you still gotta have humility, because at the end of it all, yo, remember when you came to people and you just wanted them to listen to you. Now people are listening to you, and what are you saying? What are you really saying? Power corrupts. So look, as for me, I don't drink. I think the music he's been putting out been garbage for a long time. I think he kind of forced his way in the culture. Some good things, a lot of messed up things. But I'm more concerned with the people who, when I look at stuff, when people do stuff, I always look at the enablers. I always look at the people who hid the evidence and did the payouts and, he didn't mean it. Or the people who delivered the flowers and the people who delivered the bracelets and apologized for him. And I think about that. I always wonder, like, the people who should be saying, yo, bro, you need help. Where those people be at? It's not enough of those. And I notice when you deal with anybody who's in a position of power and they become very narcissistic, they have no accountability. You can't hold them accountable. If you hold them accountable, they're either going to get away from you or they're going to push you away. See, I've encountered some narcissists and they couldn't push me away, so they just went away on their own. But I hold people accountable, trust me. And then when you try to hold certain people accountable, they don't want to be held accountable. They'll just go somewhere else and cause a muck. Run amok, rather. And I don't care what nobody do, as long as my name is left out. Cover Boy Official, thank you for your super chat. Why is it that Bill Cosby tried to buy NBC and he got accused of exposing, and Puff Billy tried to buy BET? I don't see. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't think that's not a coincidence. If see, that's what they say. I mean, we really think Bill Cosby was trying to buy NBC and he did certain things. So let me break it down to you for this, right? Like this. So, did Bill Cosby do the things that he was accused of? Probably, right? I don't know. The issue is when you are being put in a position of ahead of something, you really have to have a clean slate. So if you running for president, you want to become the president, you can't have smoked crack before or anything like that. So they're going to put out there, did you smoke crack before? Oh, you smoke crack? Well, you can't be president. So to stop the lawsuits later, to stop all that stuff, just come out about you. That's why I said I've been in the culture for how long? If you think I really stole from somebody or took somebody money or did something, it would have been out there. In 17 years, I didn't do something. Then all of a sudden, I'm this person who did this, that, and the third. Y'all didn't question that? Like, hold on. Nah, it ain't him. It must be him. Nobody questioned that, though. But I just got grouped in, and that really bothers me. So he's trying to buy BET. Why are you trying to buy BET if you got Revolt? So I'm not going to give them an out. I'm not going to give anybody an out or, he was trying to do this, because that's like justifying what they did. It's not what they were trying to buy, coincidence or anything. It's that, did you do these things? If you did these things, okay. That's it. Listen. Let me say something to y'all. He was put in that position. No, Puffy. He was put there. Always remember that. He didn't earn that shit. He was put there. Why was he put there? That's what's all about to start coming out. Why was he put there? Who put him there? It's a lot that I can't say on here. I probably do a Rumble show once a week or something like that, where I got a little bit more, freedom to speak. But he was put there. Remember, he was put there. Everything happens for a reason. So with that, I'ma holler at y'all. I gotta do some editing. I want to come out with some original content, but at the same time, all of this is just, I want everybody to be ready for it. But Yeah. So I'm waiting a little bit to and I just want y'all to know, for me, I'm not a bandwagon jumper. Everything that I've said about this man, I've already been saying for like 8 years. Go look at the history of my videos. I didn't just wake up one day and praise him and then, kick him while he was down. No pun intended. I've been saying these things and I got backlash for saying it. So, yeah. With that, man, I want to shout out the people who donated via Super Chat. Shout out to everybody who hit the like button. Leave a comment. Subscribe. I'm on all social media as Doggie Diamonds. Doggie Diamonds TV Instagram page. I do not run. So anything you see on that page, I be on there just like you in the comments, like a spectator, and I love it. So shout out to y'all for riding with me, rocking with me. I'll be back tomorrow. I appreciate y'all for everything. Until next time.
Something that I want to say.